You're listening to Do This First, a daily personal development podcast that focuses on science-backed, actionable steps towards your best year ever. I'm Santa, your host. Yesterday, we spoke about timeless wisdom, uncovering life lessons from my wage. The poem is over 100 years old, but holds nuggets of wisdom we can apply to our lives in our present time. Today, we're talking about working memory. It is the ability to maintain and manipulate information in our minds while ignoring distractions. Focus and productivity cannot function well without a solid working memory. Psychologist Tracy Packiam Alloway believes working memory is more important than IQ for learning and achieving goals. Activating working memory to achieve focus can be challenging, though. It's very hard with the way that we usually work day to day. There's so many distractions coming from everywhere. Improving working memory capacity through brain training is possible. Distractions and mind wandering can negatively impact our ability to retain and process information. This can lead to decreased productivity and difficulty in achieving our goals. By actively working to improve our working memory, no pun intended, through exercises and techniques, we can enhance our focus and ultimately increase our chances of success. It's really crucial to recognize the importance of working memory in our daily lives and take steps to strengthen it in order to reach our full potential, which is what this podcast is all about. Here are 5 telltale signs that your working memory may need a boost. Number 1, difficulty remembering multiple tasks or instructions at once. Number 2, struggling to focus on a task for an extended period of time. Number 3, forgetting important details or information shortly after leaving them. Number 4, feeling overwhelmed when trying to juggle multiple pieces of information. And number 5, having trouble following conversations or lectures due to difficulty retaining information in the moment. There are several common reasons why we might experience challenges with working memory. Some of these reasons include attention deficits. Difficulty focusing or sustaining attention can make it harder to encode and retrieve information in working memory. Stress and anxiety. High levels of stress and anxiety can impair cognitive functioning, including working memory. Also, sleep deprivation. Lack of adequate sleep can negatively impact cognitive abilities, including working memory. Aging. As we age, our working memory capacity tends to decline, making it more challenging to hold and manipulate information in the mind. There are health conditions too, like ADHD, depression, or traumatic brain injury can all affect working memory function. And then, of course, our environmental distractions, right? A noisy or chaotic environment can interfere with the ability to maintain information in working memory. The lack of practice, believe it or not, like any skill, working memory can improve with practice and deteriorate without regular use. And lastly, genetics. Some individuals may have a genetic predisposition to weaker working memory abilities. But regardless of what the situation might be, there are several things we should do and a few we should eliminate or reduce in order to help with working memory. One thing that we should stop doing is multitasking, as it divides our attention and makes it difficult for our brains to focus on one task at a time. This can lead to decreased productivity and increased errors as our working memory becomes overloaded with trying to juggle multiple tasks simultaneously. Additionally, Constantly switching between tasks can also increase stress levels and mental fatigue, further impairing our ability to retain information and make sound decisions. Ultimately, multitasking may actually hinder our working memory rather than enhance it. Number 2, develop your own system to remember things. One trick is to create mnemonic devices, which are memory aids that help us in remembering information through association. For example, creating an acronym or a rhyme can make it easier to recall a list of items or facts. Another way to improve memory is through repetition and practice. By reviewing information multiple times and actively engaging with the information, we can strengthen our memory and make it easier to retrieve when needed. Additionally, organizing information in a meaningful way, such as creating categories or visualizing connections between concepts and objects, can also enhance our ability to remember things. Number 3, see and hear it. Engaging multiple senses can help create stronger connections in the brain, making it easier to recall information later on. For example, listening to music while studying can help improve memory retention because the brain is processing information through both auditory and visual channels. Similarly, incorporating physical movement into learning activities can also enhance working memory by providing additional sensory input for the brain to process and store information. By engaging as many senses as possible, we can optimize our cognitive abilities and improve their overall memory performance. I personally use checklists for everything, as it helps to offload the burden of trying to remember everything in my mind. This frees up mental space and allows me to focus on completing tasks more efficiently. We use standing memory when we need to retain information for a short period of time in order to complete a task or make a decision. It's important because it allows us to hold on to relevant information without having to constantly refer back to it, which can save time and mental energy. Standing memory helps us stay focused and organized, enabling us to process information more efficiently and make better decisions. It is a crucial component of cognitive functioning, and it plays a key role in our daily lives. Some past podcast episodes that might help with this topic is podcast episode number 15, Focus, and podcast episode number 17, Time Management. If you like what you're hearing, don't forget to leave a review, follow, and subscribe. You can also subscribe on my YouTube channel at Do This First. You can also read a full transcript of this podcast episode and all my podcast episodes on my blog, DoThisFirst.life. Till tomorrow. Moving past the rain, moving past the pain, or past the color blue. I see power in you. Past weld you down. Look around, they can't be found. I see a champion in you. I see a champion in you.